Good morning, all. It's Jason Coons of the Christian Apologetics, boldly proclaiming Jesus. I hope you all had a good weekend. Yeah, we all had a weekend. Hopefully, it was good. Um, Today, I just had something kind of amazing to me, and some might think of it as just a coincidence or um, just something that just happened by chance, right? Well, to set up a backstory, I've been looking for my truck keys left and right, and I've lost my truck keys before, but they're usually in about four or five places. They're either in a pocket or somewhere, and I could not find these for a couple weeks, and I had kind of given up, thought they were lost. We had looked everywhere. We searched everywhere we could possibly think that was obvious, and even places that weren't obvious, because sometimes that's what happens to things. They get But the point is that we thought it was lost. We thought it was gone. We thought we'd had to order another one, and it's one of those fob ones with electronic start and everything, and it would cost upwards of $400 to $500 to replace, which is, a decent amount of money. And I had kind of resigned myself that they were lost, and I wasn't going to find them. And well, this morning I went to drop my wife off, and this was something we had even prayed about to find, just because we need to get the truck down to be looked at to figure out what the other problems are with it, to plan on how we're going to fix it. And we couldn't do that without any keys, unless we had it towed, and we're trying to avoid that. And so this morning I dropped my wife off, and my phone fell out of my pocket, and ended up in a weird place and under the seat where it shouldn't have gone. It was very weird how it went down there, in that certain place. It was just kind of by chance, or what I thought was chance. And so I'm kind of grumbling, like I searched for my phone, and it's not the most easiest place to find and reach my hands into. And as I'm looking around for the phone, I couldn't find it for a while. And as I'm looking, I see my truck keys under the seat of the car in a place that we thought we checked, but obviously we didn't, and it was there. And it got me thinking on how I believe God helped me find that. You may think I'm kind of crazy. You may think, wow, he's just delusional, or he's just seeing God everywhere. But no, I think God is with us in those, what we consider small things. And it wasn't really a small thing. That was upwards of $500 we'd have to replace, and the time and the hassle to get the key programmed, and things like that. So I believe that God has his hand in it, and it automatically reminded me of a story in 2 Kings 6:5-6. And it has to do with what we might consider a small thing, okay? It was this guy who had borrowed an axe to chop wood, and the axe head fell off and fell into a water, and he could not find it. So there was a prophet that came and helped him find it, and this is the story of it. It's 2 Kings 6:5-6. But as one was following a beam, the axe head fell into the water, and he cried and said, "Alas, master, for it was borrowed." And the man of God said, "Where fell it?" And he showed him the place, and he cut down a stick and cast it thither, and the iron did swim. So God used a miracle through the prophet to find this axe head that was something he had borrowed, he was worried about. Sometimes we may look at these as small things, but when we lose stuff, it can cause quite the stress, especially if it costs some money to replace, especially if it's not ours. So my point of this is that you can take anything to God, even what we might say is small, even what others might say, well, that's just coincidence. No, I think God had a hand in that. I think God saw we were looking for it, and the phone fell just correctly, so I'd see those keys under the seat of the car, and I found them. And now that saves us the $400 to $500 to replace them, and be able to get the truck down to be looked at. So sometimes we just need to remember to thank God and take things to Him that we think are small. There's nothing too small for our God, just like there's nothing too big for our God. We can take all our stresses, all the things that we lost, all the things we've misplaced, and we can bring it to God, and He might answer us. He might help us find it. He might relieve some of that stress. He might make things happen and ease some of that stress in your life. Just, but we don't know if we don't ask, right? So it's important for us to remember to ask. And this is going to be a shorter video, but I just wanted to get on here and share with you kind of the small thing that, really wasn't small that God helped me with today. And hopefully it encourages you, and hopefully you remember to take things, everything, all things, small things, to the God in prayer. I just wanted to get on here and share that little story with you, and I hope you have a good start to your week. And God bless. Thank you. Bye.